Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Ultima 6, The False Prophet. In our previous several episodes, we finally visited the mysterious Shrine of Singularity in the Gargoyle Lands. We freed the Shrine of Sacrifice in the desert, and we finally obtained our final quest. Let's review this one last time. Let's look at the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom, which is right here in front of us. To return the Codex to the Vortex, place a convex lens exactly midway between the Codex and the Flame of Singularity, so that the light from the flame converges on the Codex. Place a concave lens between the Codex and the Flame of Infinity, so that its light diverges over the Codex. Then place the 8 moonstones within the Vortex cube. Set it on the ground in front of the Codex, and use it to return the Codex from whence it came. So let's want to look at that one last time. So we need to get ourselves a concave lens, a vortex cube, and the rest of the moonstones. Well, I have an idea about where we might be able to get a concave lens, but before we do that, I think I remember where we might be able to get that vortex cube. And I remember at least that there was somebody in the Gargoyle Lands who knew where it was. Let's go ahead and use our Orb of the Moons to travel back to the Gargoyle Lands really quickly and speak to that person. Let's place the Orb of the Moons 1 step to the south and 1 step to the west to return us to the sacrificial slab in the Gargoyle Town. Okay, so let's head south here to their museum, their Hall of Knowledge. Okay, and here's the person who is in charge of it. If we go down here to where the Vortex Cube was held, here's where the Vortex Cube was once held. It's an empty pedestal. We took the Vortex lens and got it fixed. That was the, this right here. The Gargoyle lens. So let's go ahead and ask him about the Vortex Cube. To regret that that item is lost, stolen by human thieves years ago. To have heard the humans mention the name Stonegate as they fled. To have heard them say they would sail through Lost Hope Bay. To know nothing more about its whereabouts. Stonegate. To suspect it to be someplace in the human-filled underworld. Without another word, the gargoyle returns to his work. Now we're familiar with Stonegate. That is the keep where the Shadow Lords once ruled from, back during the time of Ultima 5, during Blackthorn's tyranny. Now, even if you didn't know about that, if you haven't played a previous game, we do know where Lost Hope Bay is. It's on the map. It's just to the south of the town of Minok. So I think that's where we need to head now. So let's head for the town of Minok. Let's go ahead and use our Orb of the Moons again. And we're going to need our ship, which I believe we left in Minok, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll take a look at that. Now let's go ahead and get to a place where I can actually use the stone. 2 steps to the south, 2 steps to the east, which will take us back to Minok. Okay, and as you may remember, we need to go around this mountain here, and then to the west. We'll follow this path that should be right below us. There it is. Into the town. And here we are. Now the question is whether our ship was left here in Minok or in some other town. So let's head down here. I believe this might be our ship. It is. Fantastic. Alright, but before we go sailing off in the middle of the night, I'd rather not be sailing off into the darkness here. So let's quickly go ashore here, outside of the town. And let's rest for the night. Looks like we've heard something. Quickly have Leona light a torch. definitely foes near of some kind. Ah, gremlins. There must be another gremlin somewhere nearby that blocked from us because of the mountain, but still too close for us to rest for the night. So let's get back on our ship. We'll just head elsewhere. The game still thinks we're too close to enemies to rest, so you know what? Let's just get on with our quest. I think the torch gives us enough light to see by. So alright, we're here in Lost Hope Bay, just south of the town of Minok, which is right here. And if we look at our map, the bay just stretches southwards, converging into a sort of a... It just gets thinner and thinner as it goes southwards, converging to a point in the mountains. And from our previous experience, that was where Stonegate was down in those mountains. So let's follow the coastline and see if we can't find it. Okay, well this might be, this looks about as far south as we can sail. Let's try going ashore and seeing what we can find. Well, we're definitely in the mountains here. Ah, and look, here's a building. Now, if I remember correctly, as I remember, Stonegate was a very perilous place in our previous adventure. Not the kind of place I want to approach at nighttime, when monsters are about. So let's try resting for the night. Let's go back up closer to our ship here. Oops, they actually went way too far. Let's go ahead and rest for the night right here. And we'll rest for about 5 hours because I believe the sun's about to come out. I accidentally didn't let anybody stand guard. I hit the wrong button. Hopefully nothing approaches us. Okay, luckily nothing attacked us during the night. Alright, so this is Stonegate down here. Oh, here's somebody. Who's this person? Thou dost see a child. You see a young human child. Wow, two-eyed people like me. You gotta go see my folks. Two-eyed people like you? What? Your folks? Who are your folks? They're not my real parents. Mama and Papa found me on the beach. I guess my real parents drowned or something. That was long ago. I don't remember much about it. Mama and Papa said they used to have a son of their own, but he died. So they adopted me. Oh, well, that's sad, but I'm glad this child was able to find a new family. I guess they made the best of it. They said they adopted you. We all live in that big old castle. It's a real neat place with all sorts of rooms and cellars and stairs and stuff. With cellars, you say? A lot of places are locked. Papa keeps the keys. And what kind of stuff? There's a whole lot of junk lying around the castle. Ask Mama or Papa about it. Papa doesn't let me play with much of it. Probably for your own safety. Alright, well, what was your name? I'm Miles, but Mama and Papa aren't good with names. They just call me Tiny One. Alright, well, nice to meet you, Miles. What's your job? What do you do? Oh, I help Mama and Papa. Though sometimes I think Papa wishes I were big and strong like a Cyclops so I could help more. Like a Cyclops? And he said that we were two-eyed people and wanted us to meet his folks. No, that couldn't be what he means by that. No. All right, well, we'll go talk to your folks, son, and we have something we'd like to try to find in that keep, so we'll be on our way. See you later. For a second, I thought he might mean that he was actually living with Cyclops, but that would just be ridiculous. Oh, so this is Stonegate. There's some ladders. Random campfire. A Cyclops. Everyone to battle! Wait a minute. Before we fight, I wonder... You see a huge female Cyclops. Oh, you cute. You funny looking, like tiny one. This must be one of his parents. Tiny one. Male find him on shore. One-eyed little one die long ago. Two-eyed little one just as good. Okay, so this must be Miles' adoptive mother, who is a female Cyclops. I guess that works. I guess we're not in any threat from her. What's your name? Me Cyclops. Tiny ones say me mama. What do you do? Live here. Cook. Hunt. All right. Well, do you know anything about the Vortex cube? What look like? Well, it's a cube. What color? I'm not really honestly sure. I'm assuming it's probably just a black cube. Oh, me seen that big black block. Yeah, block. Male keep that in cellar. In the cellar? Cellar no go. Deep. Locked. Okay. Talk male. He have key. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing the father, Cyclops, has the key to the cellar. Come back soon. Play with Tiny One more. That was interesting. Let's try to find the male Cyclops. I'm guessing that's the one that's Miles' papa. Oh, that might be him right here. But he's asleep. Oh, well, the sun is just coming up. It looks like they're just waking up for the day. Oh, he's awake. You come back. Play with Tiny One? Yes. Good. He needs tiny friends. For a minute there, I thought that was the male. Let's go try to find him. Oh, he must have already gone outside or something. You can see the ground shaking from them walking around. Ah, there he is. You see a huge male Cyclops. Who you? I'm Attentive. What mean Attentive? Never mind. Who are you? Me Cyclops. Tiny one say me papa. Yeah, we met him. That's Miles. Find him on shore. One-eyed little one die long ago. Female want little one, so keep tiny one. Not strong like one-eye little one. Oh, so they obviously had a son of their own who died, and so they kept Miles, whose parents died, kind of to replace their son. What do you do around here? Live here. Eat. Hunt. So I was wondering about the Vortex cube. What mean Vortex? I want the cube. Mine. In cellar. No get. Oh, that's unfortunate. Could I go look in the cellar? Cellar no go. Locked. Locked. Got key. Want key? Well, yes, I'd love the key. Want fish? Use pole. Get fish. Want key? Bring fish. Oh, okay, so he's willing to trade us the key for some fish. Seems fair enough. Fish good. Like eat much fish. Well, fish are good. Come back. Bring fish. Alright, so, well, I think I saw when we were walking in here. Yes, I was right. That looks like that is a fishing pole. So let's go ahead and take that and go use it. Maybe if we can find some fish, he'll be willing to give us the key to go get the Vortex Cube, which apparently is in his cellar. So let's go here to the ocean, and I believe if we just use the fishing pole... Didn't get a fish. Let's try again. Got it! Thou dost see a fish. Weighs 0.5 stones. Let's go back and find Papa. Ho, you bring fish? Yes, we did, sir. Good fish. Here, key. The Cyclops hands you a large rusted key. Come back, bring more fish. Well, if we have any more, we'll come and bring it back to you, sir. Alright, so let's go into look for his cellar. Well, there's some ladders leading downwards. Let's see where they go. Okay, this must be the cellar. Let's go ahead and light ourselves a torch. Leona, you know what to do. Alright. Well, there's portcullises every which way. We're kind of blocked in here. I can see where there's other ladders. If you can look here in the corners, those must correspond to those ladders we saw upstairs, and they all lead to locked rooms. This here leads further downwards. That must be where we want to go. Oh, also here, there's other downwards ladders, but they're all locked behind the portcullises. There must be some other way to get at that. Let's head back upstairs. Oh, if we look at the wall right here, as usual, you can see that little bit of a square shape. That usually, if you remember from previous episodes, means there's a secret entrance. Aha, there is! Let's go down here. Well, it's hard to see with the way the party is here. I'm going to move everybody out of the way. Kind of make everybody just kind of combine into one spot here. Oh, it's moving everybody around, not letting me do it. It's hard to see, but if you look underneath the people, in each of these 4 places, there's actually a switch. If I move all 4 of those switches and head back upstairs, and now go down these ladders, now the portcullises are open. We can access any one of these 4 ladders here. Let's try this one. Okay, these are the 4 ladders we could have come down. They all lead us to the same place. Into this large area here. There's a ladder leading downwards. There's another one. Now, it doesn't matter. What I can tell you right now is it doesn't matter which of these ladders you take. There's a third one. Except for this one up here. This ladder leads to a dead end. So we can take any of the other 3 ladders in this room leading downwards. Let's just use this one. There's a ladder leading further downwards. Any of the 3 good ladders that we would have taken would lead us to a similar ladder leading to the bottom floor here. Oh, look, there's an electrical field in our way. And a magically locked door. I wonder, that wall looks a little interesting. Well, we're kind of stuck in this room, so let's try see if we can unlock this magically locked door. There we go. As you can see, these are the other ladders that could have led us downwards. All of them lead to the same floor, but the only way through is blocked by these electrical fields. So let's go ahead and throw this switch here, and that turns off the electric fields. Okay, so now we're down here. The question is where to go from here. Looks like just a dead end. Except, if you look at this wall right here, there's another one of those hard-to-see little squares. Ah. Well, we know what to do with this. Now, we're almost out of... I want you to notice something here. We're almost out of some spells. We only have one left of several of them. And that's because we only have one Spider Slick left. So we may need to go ahead and pay another visit to buy some more spells. So I can't use Mass Dispel here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the spell field. There we go. This door is locked. Let's try using the Cyclops' key. More fields. Let's try dispelling these ones. What is this? Thou dost see the Vortex Cube. It weighs 4 stones. Let's grab that quickly. We have the Vortex Cube. Alright, let's head back out of here really quickly. Now, normally I would be tempted to go ahead and just use our Orb of the Moons to get out of here. The problem with that is, I don't want to leave our ship down here at the south end of Lost Hope Bay. So let's go ahead and get back on our ship. And let's head back to the town of Minok, and from there we can use our Orb of the Moons to go where we need to go. Well, it's good to see that Stonegate has found some better use. It was built as a den of evil. A place where dark forces gathered. The 3 Shadow Lords, as well as a Daemon and other dark creatures. So it's good to see that a nice, happy family is living there now. Even if the circumstances of that boy going there are sad, at least he's found a loving family who take care of him. Alright, so our next step in our quest, we now have the Vortex Cube, but we still need to get a lens. And I think I know where to get one. Let's quickly, once again, use our Orb of the Moons. Two spaces to the north and 2 spaces to the west, so we can go to the town of Moonglow. Alright, so let's head northwards. I believe if we follow this path, it'll take us where we need to go. There's a couple things I want to do while we're here in Moonglow. First, we'll talk to the person over here, who I believe would be the right person to help us with that lens. We've talked to him before about fine glassworks. Ephemerides, as you may remember. A solemn man constantly dusting and polishing the items in his shop. If you remember his job, he's an astronomer. And he also makes various glasswares and instruments. Lenses and the like. So let's ask him about lenses. Ooh, let me see it. That's a very interesting lens. You need a concave copy of it? Let me think. It would be very tricky to duplicate, being magical in nature, but I believe I might be able to do it. The material and the nature of the enchantment appears similar to those involved in the making of glass swords. If I could keep this to analyze while you go get me a glass sword, I'll try and make a copy for you. Before you can protest, he pockets the lens. Let me know when you have a glass sword. Well, we already have one in our possession from earlier. Ah, you've brought me a glass sword. Let me just get your lens. He fumbles through his pockets. Oh no, I seem to have lost the lens. Just kidding, here it is. Now I'll melt down this glass sword and try to cast a lens for you. You watch as he works, intently focused on his task. Finally, he pronounces the job a success. Here's your lens back, and the duplicate. There's no charge. The challenge of the task was reward enough. I don't know what you need those lenses for, but I wish you luck. I think we now have both of the lenses that we need. Goodbye, my lord. It was nice talking with you. Let's just take a look in the avatar's inventory here. Aha, look at this. Thou dost see the Britannian lens. And thou dost see the gargoyle lens. We now have both of the lenses that we need. We are really getting close to the end of our quest here. So the last thing the Codex said we needed was the rest of the moonstones. Before we go get those, let's make let's go to party mode here. Let's make one last quick stop while we're here in Moonglow. As you may remember, somebody lives up here in the northern end of the town, a very powerful mage. Oops, it looks like we jumped the gun here. I was trying to take a little bit of a shortcut. This is what happens when you try to go around the road and not actually use the road. Hopefully we can get in here before Zhao goes to sleep. There she is. Let's see if we can buy some spider silk. Oh, sorry. Let's have Dupre do it. I believe he's holding our gold. There we go. So now we have all this. We went ahead and replenished our supply of spider silk. So let's continue on our way. So we have 3 shrines left to free. That's the Shrine of Justice, the Shrine of Humility, and the Shrine of Spirituality. Well, the Shrine of Justice would be near the town of Yu, so let's go ahead and travel to that town right now. To get to the town of Yu, we will need to put our Orb of the Moons. Just trying to move Shamino out of the way here. Two spaces to the east. Alright, so we're in the town. Unfortunately, it's pitch black out. And rather than have Leona light another torch, let's go ahead and just step out of the town and rest real quickly. Okay, the sun's back out. Or it's almost out, at least. It's rising as we speak. So, leaving the town of Yu, we're going to follow this path. And this time, instead of, when we get to the fork in the road, instead of heading to the east, which I'll show you in a moment, we've done this path before, of course. Okay, instead of heading east towards the town of Minok and Lost Hope Bay and all that, we're going to go north. And this path should lead us right to the Shrine of Justice. There's some gargoyles. But once again, my amulet should protect us. Can you imagine with all of these gargoyles? Look how many wingless there are, and plus 2 winged gargoyles who would, of course, be able to cast spells. This is not a battle we could hope to win. Alright, since we're here, let's quickly go into Shamino's inventory. the Shrine of Justice, of course, is this one with the image of the scales upon it. We'll use the Rune of Justice, and the Mantra of Justice is Be. Done. Shamano, you know what to do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 2 shrines remain. Now we need to deal with the Shrine of Humility, and that shrine is located on the Isle of the Avatar. Well, we can go to the Isle of the Avatar. Once again, Shamano, go ahead and use your Orb of the Moons. 1 space south, 1 space east. And here we are before the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom once again. Now to get to the Shrine of Humility, though, well, we need to go into this water here. We left our ship behind, but luckily we do have a skiff. Let's drop that here in the water. Not quite as glamorous as sailing on a ship, but it'll do for what we need. Now this kind of bay here, where the Shrine of the Codex is, there's a little outlet here, and this little river leads down this way. And we have to be careful, as you can see. There's more fumaroles. We don't want to get caught by those and take damage. In fact, let's make sure we're looking at everybody's hit points here. Especially Belem. He can't take much damage before he dies. That was close. Oh, and look, there's a big monolith. Oops. This must be the shrine, and yep, there's some more gargoyles. Don't mind us, gentlemen. Once again, Shamano, let's go ahead and grab the rune. This time we need the Rune of Humility. That will be represented here by the Shepherd's Crook. And we learned that the Mantra of Humility is Lum. Another shrine freed. Alright. We have now freed 7 of the 8 shrines. We have both of the lenses, and the Vortex Cube. The only shrine left to find is the Shrine of Spirituality. But the Shrine of Spirituality is always, well, difficult to find, to say the least. We need to figure out how we're going to find that shrine in order to free it. The Shrine of Spirituality does not exist in the world of Britannia. It's located out in the Ethereal Void, for anyone who's played previous games. And the way to get there, well, it's always hard to find it. There's always a trick to finding the Shrine of Spirituality. We need to figure out what that trick is, so we can get that last moonstone and finally complete our quest. Let's go ahead and quickly jump back to the Codex. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Back to the Codex. Alright, we have all of the items we need to fulfill our quest to return the Codex to the Void, except for 1 Moonstone. And that's what we're going to have to try to find next time. In our next episode, we are searching for the elusive Shrine of Spirituality. I'll see you then.